Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought I would talk about the Legends of Victory event once again, the IS-2 number 3211, just because I've now got the IS-2 and completed it. We spaded it in about a day. Got a really good win rate on it, around about 60-65%, and went about plus 20, plus 30 in it, just donking people with the 122. I got a lot of really favorable matchmaking, a lot of 5-7 to 6-7, a lot of 5-3 to 6-3, surprisingly. So there was only a few games which were 7-3 to 6-3, and because it's a Soviet vehicle, it doesn't go up against a lot of the heavy hitters. The only vehicles that I ran into which I kind of struggled with was stuff like T-32s, but to be honest, I didn't see many of them. I feel like if this vehicle was in other nations, such as, if it was in America or if it was in maybe the Chinese IS-2, it may have a few more issues, mainly down to the fact that it'd have to face IS-3s and IS-6s, but it doesn't because it's a Soviet vehicle. The event itself, I think, is a really, really nice one because it integrates itself really well into other events. The fact that you only need mission score to be able to complete this event pretty much means that at the end of the day, you can do all of the other stuff while doing this event. I was able to get all the decals done from the monthly decal stuff. I was able to continue with the battle pass challenges and also the dailies and the specials and all that stuff while just generally grinding this event as well. And I don't think 24,000 mission score was too bad over 2 days. I feel like they may modify that. Maybe if they decide to do this event in the future, which I hope that they do, because it was actually a really, really fun event to do. I hope that depending on how high a rank the vehicle is, the mission score amount increases or decreases based on that front. So I think that would be pretty nice. The vehicle itself, the IS-2, it has some improvements over the Tech Tree one and some negatives over the Tech Tree one. So it doesn't have any of the spaced armor on the turrets, but it does have the spaced armor of the logs on the hull. So that's quite nice. And also at the same time, the extra decorations that this thing has really does kind of bring it to life. I've talked about this in the past, that I hope that they do many of these little events, maybe not every month, but maybe every few months or so, just celebrating certain events, like maybe the test drive of a certain vehicle, or maybe a vehicle being involved in a certain battle. And what they could end up doing is just kind of using it to bolster lineups, but also at the same time just give vehicles unique feels. I don't think they need to upgrade the standard Tech Tree IS-2 to this standard, and I would rather these just kind of become little unique, interesting vehicles on top of what we already have. Maybe they could make them coupons as well, so people could get them in the future, at least on PC. But I think the amount of decorations, is nice to see, but shouldn't really. I like the fact that this one is unique enough for people to grind it, whereas I think if they decided to give all of these decorations and stuff like that to the standard Tech Tree one, it would become less unique, so therefore people wouldn't care too much. The extra decals and the decorations were really nice on the event. I feel like you wouldn't really need them, though. You really could just do this event with the tank and that's it. But the extra ones are just kind of nice little bonuses on top of things. The M1919A6 is really nice to see, and also the 321 decal in general. And the fact that you need only 5 stages out of 6 to get the vehicle is really nice. It means if somebody's missed one, then they can still complete it. And also, you can get it access to GE, which I think is really nice as well. What is unique about this event compared to other events is the fact that the IS-2 is actually found in the Tech Tree as well. So it is folded with the standard IS-2 1944. So it isn't on the right-hand side with the event or the premium vehicles. It's just kind of stuck there in the Tech Tree. And I kind of like that. It doesn't really matter where it is technically in the Tech Tree. But what it does mean is it means that the right-hand side is a lot less cluttered compared to what it usually is. especially with the major nations like America, Germany, or the Soviets. That right-hand side is very cluttered, at least for me, when it comes to premium vehicles, when it comes to event vehicles, and so on and so forth. So to have a vehicle which actually sticks in the tree instead is a really nice idea. The only thing, it might confuse people who start the game after this point. Why is there, an IS-2 number 321 in the tech tree if they're looking at people's accounts and stuff like that? So that might be a bit of an issue, but I don't think it's a big enough one to really worry about. And I know I'm in the minority opinion here on this, so I completely understand, right? But when it comes to the actual vehicle itself, whether it's an event vehicle and not a premium, I'm actually kind of happy that it's an event vehicle and not a premium. I know it means its longevity isn't going to be as good because once, I spade it, it's going to be done. But it also means I'll actually play it and spade it. Like I will actually, play this thing, which is what I did. I took it out and I donked people with the 122. I had a bit of fun with it. It's also, higher than rank 3 vehicle. It's a rank 4 one, so I can use it for dailies. I can use it for specials. I can use it for all this stuff. So it was just kind of nice to have a mid-tier vehicle which was an event one, because it wasn't too hard to spade, and also I got the bonuses from the researching the different ranks for it, and it just meant that I could kind of spade a mid-tier vehicle again. I haven't really spaded a mid-tier vehicle in a very long time, maybe like 3, 4, 5 months ago, because pretty much all my tech trees at mid-tier are spaded. And I know, as I said, I'm in the minority on that on that sense, don't worry about it. But just from a personal point of view, it was kind of nice. The fact that a lot of the high-ranking event vehicles are stock when you get them and you need to spade them is just a pain, because many high-tier vehicles stock are nowhere near their full capabilities compared to spaded. Whereas mid-tier vehicles, the only thing you really need on the IS-2 to make it fully capable is a few of the mobility upgrades and then the extra shell. Once you get that extra shell, it's which is a rank 2 modification, it's not too hard, to use the vehicle. It's actually pretty easy. So for me, it was actually really fun that this thing was an event vehicle, and it was just nice that I could kind of grind through it and just have a good time. So that was quite good. And also, at the same time, one of the things that I thought about while grinding through this thing and also doing this event was about the daily system as well, and this was brought up on the Fireside Chat, which I'll release tomorrow by Enlil. The idea that dailies shouldn't be attached to actual game modes, but instead attached to vehicle types. So imagine if you had a daily which was get 4 kills in a fighter, but you could do it in any game mode, right? Or get a bunch of captures in a tank, but it's not attached to any game mode, so you can do it in any of the 3. I think that would be much nicer, and it would also mean that doing events like this, where they are just based on ground, in order to grind out the IS-2, you had to play, the ground game modes. I think it would be much better if dailies and specials, well, maybe not specials, but dailies actually match that quite well, in effect. I think that would be really, really nice. So my overall experience with this vehicle was very positive. My overall experience with this event was also very positive, and I hope they do more of these in the future. Just like the History Pages events, War Thunder has a really unique opportunity to be able to create pieces of content which are based around history and based around teaching stories and also putting that content in the game. And that's what we see with this IS-2, that's what we see with the History Pages stuff, and I really hope that continues. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Merciless Reaper, Jerry Provolt, Mega Dino King, Professor X1718, Orange Tail, Sakoshi Tiger, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Eugens Terry, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, Moxie, B. Young, and Derek R., Barine, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.